Hey, shalom, family, to the nation of Yada, Israel, Yah. At this time, may the peace of Yah be with each and every one of you. Uh, and may Yah enlighten you with His truth, brothers and sisters. Yes, I had to do this video again, showing you um, how the New Testament is busted again, brothers and sisters. Those who wrote forth this New Testament. Yes, I'm here to share with you again the one that came as the Messiah in the New Testament is false, and you can tell by the statements, brother and sister, they put into this character, yet that is not truly a Messiah, but they gave you a story. So I'm gonna read it, and this time I'm gonna use the name that Hebrews would have used and use today as they bring forth their false Messiah by not by being deceived, being under great deception at this time. So they use the name Yahoshua. So I'm going to use Yahoshua as an example. This name, because brothers and sisters use this name and call and say that's the name of the Messiah, which is further from the truth, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, because the Messiah was not given. And so we're going to bear record of the words of the New Testament. Once again, in Mark chapter 12, verse 23 to 25, I'm going to start off with. Because this is what you'll find a lot. They will give you quotes, but you can never find the quotes in prophecy. You can never hear these words spoken by ABBA, the claims they make, brothers and sisters, in the law and the prophets. You will never find these quotes. And what I'm about to share with you dealing with marriage in the kingdom, brothers and sisters, that's why so many people teach today there will be no marriage. You will hear them say, oh, it will be no marriage in the kingdom, no giving in the marriage. How do that make you feel, or you think when you hear somebody say something like that, or when you read it? I know how it made me feel, kind of depressed a little bit, sad. Then it make you think, oh, then what is the purpose of being married now? See, when we read this, you'll see in Abiyah words, this is further from the truth. He would have never sanctioned marriage from the very beginning when he made man and woman. He didn't make man and woman to be a robot, because that's what you have, a bunch of people in the kingdom as robots. You have no multiplying, but this is the way they said it. And see this, and you almost could see who made something like this up. Is like the Roman Catholic Church they self. You see what they do? Celibacy. That's what they practice, and they turn out more homosexuals and lesbians than enough by this falsehood. So with that, brothers and sisters, with anybody with a mind like that would say something like that and put something like that in a book, then say it's the Creator's writings that He gave to the Messiah. So here we go again, brothers and sisters. For all those who still trust in the words of this fabricated book, brothers and sisters, chapter 12, verse 23, 25. Only truth you will ever find in the King James Version, but you don't need to look there. All they do is put quotes that is from the prophets and the law in there. And so when you read that, that is true, yes, because it's an identical quote. But the rest of the story is false. So it's no use for this book, really. I'm just going over this book to show you, once again, brothers and sisters that don't believe every word of Yah. This is what you receive. And this is the confusion you get tampering with this book. And this is what you teach and send forth out to the minds of the people. After you get finished reading the law and the prophets and hear Abiyah say one word, then know what you do? Then your next message, when you start teaching in the New Testament, what they call it, New Testament, Then you start twisting the words. So y'all, once again, you don't even see the subtleness that your mind do that, because you did a message a couple of days ago or a day ago from the law and the prophets telling you one thing. So you send one message. Then you go into this book, tamper with this book, and then you're going to send another message. So that's how you have your leaders. Then you try to justify the message by saying, okay, that's why you hear Christians say it a lot. Jesus changed it, or Yahoshua changed it. He had the power from the Creator. ABBA changed it, so he gave it to them, his son, to change the laws, statute, and judgment. Yes, like the common one to go out is Jesus came. He said these things about food. What you call clean, what you said was unclean is now clean. See the stupidity in that, brothers and sisters? So you spend all day long fighting that to try to explain to people nothing changed. See, a lot of people that claim the New Testament today and says the Messiah came, they do not examine it. Even some people might tell you, no, it didn't mean that. Shaul didn't mean that, or it didn't mean that. The whole thing is false, brothers and sisters. See, they try to correct that one, but you got to correct the whole book. The whole book is false, except for the stuff they inserted in there concerning the laws of Yah and some true prophets. See, it's in there. But it's no fulfillment of the prophecy in there. That's where they trick you. This fulfilled the prophecy. So they'll quote you a prophet. See. And then they'll tell you the deception that this fulfilled that prophecy. See, I'll give you an example. They'll tell you the angel came and told Joseph to name this baby Jesus. First they said Jesus. Then they came and said Jesus. Now we got the Hebrews so ignorant, they'll say, oh no, the baby was named Yahoshua, Yahoshua, Yahushua. Yahushua. See, they would say all these type of things out of ignorance, brothers and sisters. They'd tag a name. Oh, that's a Hebrew name. It means salvation, this and that. It means he saved. See, they play on all these different words, names that is still false. Yes, there probably was Hebrew names back in the day, but not during that time period, brothers and sisters. But a lot of our brothers and sisters don't see this. Hopefully with this video, you'll see that as I get into the 12th chapter of Mark, verse 23 to 25. We're going to hear the words of the ones that bring forth the deception that many people teach. 23, verse in chapter 12 of Mark. It says, what we want to know is this. In the resurrection, whose wife will she be? For she had been the wife of each of them. Then said, I'm going to use the name because like they want to say, okay, it's this name, flop names. Yahoshua replied, your trouble is that you don't know the scriptures. I'm reading this, it might read a little different from yours, but it's the Living Bible, paraphrase translation. Let me read it. It says, and Yahoshua replied, your trouble is that you don't know the scriptures and don't know the power of Bara. But I'm going to go like that, read it like they got the power of God. For when these, I'm going to read like the Hebrews read it today. It say, since I'm using the word name Yahoshua, it says, Yahoshua replied, your trouble is that you don't know the scriptures and don't know the power of the Creator. For when these 7 brothers and the woman rise from the dead, they won't be married, and they won't be married, or some translations say given in marriage. They will be like the angels. See, like the angels, the Malachim in heaven. So that's Mark 12. Let me go to Luke 20. Luke 20, this is where you find the stupidity at, brothers and sisters, in both of these books. So Luke, let me go to Luke. I passed Luke. Luke chapter 20. Let me get there. Give me a moment. In verse 33 to 34. At this time, brothers and sisters. Let me get there. 33, 34 reads, "Now here is our question. Whose wife will she be in the resurrection? For all of them were married to her." And Yahoshua replied, "Marriage is for the people here on earth." You get that? "But when those who are counted worthy of being raised from the dead get to heaven." You see how they got you? They got you going to heaven now. See, that's another lie. See, you say, but let me read it again. It said, Yahoshua replied, "Marriage is for the people here on earth. But when those who are counted worthy of being raised from the dead get to heaven, they don't marry. And they never die again. In these respects, they are like angels and the sons of the Creator, for they are raised up in new life from the dead." See, this way you get also the people walking around with a harp and flying in heaven all day like a gas, like it's a spirit, brothers and sisters. You be like the angels, you never marry. See, this is the teaching going into the earth. This is a straight deception. So that we got that stupidity. You're going to see it's 100% stupidity. You don't see it yet, but you're going to see it plainly, brothers and sisters. I got something in, let me see, I wrote something, Proverbs 29:13. Let me go there. So you got this, the quote to come from the New Testament. Now we're going to check ABBA words. So you're going to know they don't even match. So you're going to know the other words are not ABBA words. Because they got you in heaven on resurrection. You're in heaven like an angel. Okay, let me go. I got Proverbs 29:13. I want to see what that say. I had it on my side. It said, "Rich and poor are alike, and this each depends on bara for light." No, that's not. 29:13. Okay, that was another note to go to something else. Okay, so let me go to Jeremiah chapter 3. Jeremiah chapter 3, but his real name is Jeremiah, chapter 3. Now we're going to read from the law, from the prophets of Yah. Thus saith Yah, to establish the real truth, what's going to take place in the kingdom. They're going to be on earth. And you can see that Yah is coming to the earth. We're not going into heaven. We're going to be on earth and be Yah in the wilderness, like he said through the prophets, brothers. So he told you that book it twists you. It'll have you in heaven flying around. It'll have you going away in chariots into the heaven and living there and forever. And that's what a lot of people got in their mind because they read the New Testament. That is false. The New Testament had nothing to do with Yah. I'm just saying New Testament because that's what they call their book. It's not our Yah book. Even though they can have the prophets and laws in there, some of them, all they did is snatch it out of the book and add it to their book to deceive you. And that's why many people are in this deception. You know what is deception? Deception is when you have facts in one book, the proof and the evidence in one book to show you something different. You choose to accept and believe a lie because they added these things in there too. See, they added the truth in there to really to paint that picture, to hook you. They try to make it show you that they try to make you think that it's all one book, but that's all they done, brothers and sisters, with their pen. and copying machines. So chapter 3 of Jeremiah, because see, the words of Yah always contradict the New Testament, brothers and sisters. Yes, that's why when you compare the prophecies of Yah to their fulfillment in the New Testament, it's always something totally different if you carefully read it. But people that explain it to you try to convince you that it's the same because they blind themselves, deceptive teaching. The only one truly knew these things was false, the ones that wrote this book. And they lied to everybody else to have you to believe that it's the same. It's one, all in unison. Chapter 3, verse 14 and 16 reads, O sinful children, come home, for I am your husband. Let me get another translation real quick. I want to make sure, because mine say master. Let me see how, I'm going to read another translation real quick. I believe it say husband. Okay, give me a moment. Jeremiah 3, chapter 3, 14. Chapter 3, 14. I'll say the same. Return, O faithful sons, declared Yah, for I am a master to you, and I will take you one from a city and two from a family, and I will bring you to Zion. You see that? Remember, I was telling you in other writings, in my other videos about how ABBA going to take us. He going to bring us out of the cities and from our families, and he will bring us to Zion. But before we ever get to Zion, we got to go through the wilderness for judgment. So it's a process. So keep that in mind. It's an order of Yah that we must take, a process that we must undergo step by step. Everything is in detail. It's in the writings. When you know the true writings, you'll see it all in detail, brother, sister, how this stuff going to be carried out. Even when we're going to get time period when the Messiah is going to be presented to us. So with that, brothers and sisters, let me continue with let me read it again. O sinful children, come home, for I am your master, and will bring you again to the land of Yezreel, and one from here and two from there, wherever you are scattered. You see that? That's how they have it written here. 15. And I will give you leaders after my own heart, who will guide you with wisdom and understanding, which is teachers. Let me see how this other translation have it right here. 15. It's okay. Then I will give you shepherds after my own heart. See, which is actually teachers. These are the words they use. Shepherd. Because I'll say he's gonna give us one prophet. One shepherd in King David. So he's gonna give us teachers, but we're gonna have different teachers, but one leader. We're not gonna have multiple leaders, brothers and sisters. He's gonna give us teachers, but not multiple leaders. We want to have one shepherd that will lead the flock of Yah. So with that, brothers and sisters, let me go to Isaiah chapter 62, verse 1 to 12. See, showing that he bringing us back home, not into heaven. That's why I want to stay with it. He's bringing us home. He's taking us out from out of the cities, from our family, wherever we are scattered at throughout this earth, and he's bringing us home. Everything has been done on earth. Yes. He's going to shake up the earth. Things are going to be moved out of place. Geographical locations are going to be changed in these days. In chapter 62, verse 1 to 12 reads, it says, because I love Zion, because my heart yearns for Yashalom, what they call Jerusalem, I will not cease to pray for her or to cry out to Barak. You see that? This is the prophet talking. And on her behalf until she shines forth in his righteousness, in his honor, in his salvation. The nations shall see your righteousness. Kings shall be blinded by your honor. And Barak will confer on you a new name. And he will hold you a loaf in his hands for all to see. You see how y'all doing that? He's going to build us up so all can see. He's going to give us honor so all the earth can see. A splendid crown for the King of kings. You see that? Who is Yah. Never again shall you be called Bara, who is the creator, forsaken land, or the land that Bara forgot. And so your new name will be the land of Bara's delight. Let me stop that real quick right there. The Hebrew word will say something different. I didn't take time to look that up. So let me go to Isaiah real quick to check something out real quick. Isaiah and his other translation. There was number 3. Let me look at verse 3 real quick. 62:3. You will also be a crown of beauty in the hand of Yah, and a royal diadem in the hand of your Bara. I'm gonna okay. 4. He will no longer be. It will no longer be said to you, forsaken, like a Zubah, nor to your land will it any longer be said, desolated. Shema, I hope I pronounced that right. But you will be called, my delight is her. Hephzibah. If I hope I pronounced that, it's Hephzibah. Hephzibah. And your land married. Okay, for Yah delights in you. Okay, that's 4. Let me go back over to 4 real quick. It said, in the land of Bara delight and the bride, for Yah delights in you and will claim you as his own. Your children will care for you, O Yah Shalom, with joy like of a young man who married a virgin. And Bara will rejoice over you as a bridegroom with his bride. It's O Yah Shalom, I have set intercessors on your walls who shall cry to Bara all day and all night for fulfillment of his promises. It said, take no rest, all you who pray. See, you want to intercede on behalf of Yah, Israel, Yah. It said, take no rest, all you who pray, and give Bara no rest until he establish Yah Shalom, and make her respected and admired throughout the earth. You see that? He said, that's why we can't. He said, give no rest. We do these things before Yah, repeatedly things, those who pray, the intercessors, on behalf of Yah and Israel, Yah, the nation that will be one. He said, Yah has sworn. He made his promise to Yah Shalom with all of his integrity. I will never again give you to your enemies. You see that? He said, never again shall foreign soldiers come and take away your grain and wine. You raise it, you shall keep it. Praising Barah. Within the temple courts, you yourself shall drink the wine you press. He said, go out, go out. Go out, prepare the roadway for my people to return. You see that? Build the roads, pull out the boulders, raise the flag of Israel, Yah. You see that, brothers and sisters? See, Yah has sent his messengers to every land and said, tell my people, I, Yah, your Barah, am coming to save you and will bring you many gifts. You see that? And they shall be called the Kodesh people, and Yah's redeemed. And Yah Shalom shall be called the land of desire, the city Barah has blessed. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. As I go to Isaiah chapter 4, verse 'See, everything is on earth, brothers and sisters. So you see, that book don't even compare with this book. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1 to 6, and it reads, at that time, so few men will be left alive, that 7 women will fight over each of them and say, let us all marry you. You see that? Brothers and sisters, there's going to come a time, it's going to get so bad on the earth on the day of Yah come. And when the kingdom comes, we'll be left showing that marriage always going to be. Because that was Abba designed for him. He told the first man and woman, Isha, told them to marry and replenish the earth. Told them to have intercourse, yes, and populate the earth. So he said, at that time, so few men will be left alive that 7 women will fight over each of them and say, let us all marry you. We will furnish our own food. We will furnish our own food and clothing. Only let us be called by your name so that we won't be mocked as old maids. And then it said, those whose names are written down to escape the destruction of Yah Shalom will be washed, rinsed of all their moral filth. You see, all their moral filth by the horrors and the fire. And they will be Barah's Kodesh people. The land will produce for them its luscious bounty and its richest fruit. Then Yah will provide shade on all Yah Shalom, over every home and all its public grounds, a canopy of smoke and cloud throughout the day, and the clouds of fire at night, covering the wonderful land and protecting it from daytime heat and from the rains and storm. Brother, sister, as I'm going to close out with Isaiah chapter 13, verse 64, and it reads, it is scream in terror, for Yah time has come, the time for the Almighty to crush you. Your arms lie paralyzed with fear. The strongest hearts melt and are afraid, for the grips you with terrible pains. Fear grips you with terrible pains, like those of a woman in labor. You look at one another helpless as the flames of burning cities reflect upon your pale face, pallid faces. For see, the day of Yah is coming, and the terrible day of his wrath and fierce anger. The land shall be destroyed, all the sinners with it. You see that? This day is coming for the sinners. The heavens will be black above them. No light will shine for the stars from the stars of the sun or the moon. See, they took the same prophecy and put it in Matthew. You see that, brother and sister? Then they twisted it, talking about the coming of the Messiah. See, on how they twist. So let me keep reading. 10. It said, I will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their sins. He said, I will crush the arrogance of the proud man and the haughtiness of the rich. Few will live when I have finished up my work. You see that? You remember what I just read earlier? Few gonna live, but the righteous are gonna be protected, and they're gonna be so many women asking one man to take them as wife. 7. It said, let me keep reading. It said, men will be as scarce as gold. See, I read it to you to show you the confirmation of the other scripture, the outcome, what's going to come on this earth. It said, men will be as scarce as gold, of greater value than the gold of Oprah. See, at that time, men are going to have more value at that time than what they have now. That's what it's really saying to you as well. It said, for I will shake the heavens in my wrath. That shows you one thing. When you read this, it shows you the sins of men. Much men sin. You see that on this earth today. Many men do not love Yah. Many men. They also turn the minds of the woman. See, a lot of men got the organization. They got the woman's minds twisted. Because a lot of women flock to the organization where men are. In the religions, or whatever they may call themselves, and be deceived by men. He said, for I will shake the heavens in my wrath, in fierce anger, and the earth will move from its place in the skies. You see that? Earth won't even be in the same position when the Father finished shaking this place. You see, we're going to shake the heavens. So you know the heavens be shaking. You know the earth going to be. It said, and the armies of the Babylon, how far I'm going to read? To 14. It said, the armies of Babylon will run until exhausted, fleeing back to their own land like dead, chased by dogs, wandering like sheep, deserted by their shepherds. You see the words of Yah, brothers and sisters. I'm going to cut it all right there. I want to show you this. I read that to show you how men are going to be few in the earth in that day. And at that time, people start running back to their own, going to their own lands, where they came from. That's even before the Father told us. No, that come after. So Abiyah told us to flee Babylon, the lands, and go and meet them in the wilderness. A lot of people take it for a joke. I hear people make all kinds of crazy comments because they don't know Abiyah words. So they make fun. That's the most dumbest thing to do. When you don't know something, it's in the book, and then laugh and make fun of it. Yes, got a guy called himself king, but a false king of Yada. Make him flying his mouth all over Facebook, brothers and sisters, because he don't know Yah. He don't take the time to study these things out because I told her, anybody who read that New Testament, you're automatically going to be confused. You're going to be saying one thing in your mind, then when you read the other book, you're going to be quoting another quote that is opposite from Yah. You're always going to do that. That's why everything you say about a Messiah came is totally in contradiction of Yah words. So you become an opposer of Yah. You make your own self an enemy of Yah, and you say out your own mouth you love Yah. You're a teacher of Yah. Yes, many people done it. I done it in deception. I didn't know I was doing it. In my mind, I thought I was doing everything right. Till it got pointed out to me, and I seen it with my own eyes that it was falsehood. So I said, I gotta put that down. I gotta leave that alone. I gotta follow the words of Yah only. And so I became confused. And it make Abiyah words so simple, so plain. It's nothing twisted. Nothing you read in one book, then you jump to another book and say something totally different. All the prophets are in line with each other, brothers and sisters. So with that, brothers and sisters, meditate on these words, because what they put in that book is falsehood, brothers and sisters. So yes, it'll be marriage in the kingdom of Yah on earth when we go back and Yah reinstate the king, brothers and sisters, and we be in the kingdom. Because at that time, it's going to be few men on earth, brothers and sisters, when Yah shake this place. He's going to shake the heavens and the earth. And the earth going to be moved out of this place in heaven. With that, I say Shabbat Shalom.